Hi everyone, State Representative Joe Emrick. We are at the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg and had the chance today to sit with Executive Director Tim Schaefer of the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission. And I just want to sit down with him for a few minutes, ask him some important questions. How are you today, Tim?
Great, Joe. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, my pleasure to be here. It's one of my favorite places in the world, one of my favorite times.
It is fun. I was saying to somebody earlier, farm show season kicks off a few weeks ago, but this is the really big show.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm just driving out Wednesday morning, and I thought, I wonder how packed it'll be, and it is jammed here.
It is. I think they're back to pre-COVID levels. I mean, we were 4 deep for a while here, so it's great.
Awesome.
Yep,
that's awesome. Well, there's a lot going on, obviously, this time of year.
Yep.
Primarily the beginning of the trout stocking schedule, and the schedules are out.
They are.
Correct?
Yep,
okay,
they are.
Can you give us some more information?
Yep, happy to. So trout stocking schedules just came out. We'll start stocking right after President's Day. We'll stock 3.2 million trout again this year. Our cooperative nurseries, local sportsmen's clubs stock another million. Wow. And that's on top of the great wild trout resources that we have. I mean, you got in your district, the Monocacy Creek that's a really special body of water where it sustains a great wild trout fishery and a great stock trout fishery.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've got it made in your district for trout fishing.
That's awesome. And I know that is a heavily fished stream, and we're looking forward to that again this year.
Yep.
It's amazing, 3.2 million trout just from the Fish and Boat Commission, plus all the other private organizations that add another million trout throughout the state.
And with those fish that we put out, I mean, it's a big logistical undertaking. Our hatcheries right now are busting at the seams, as you can imagine, and we welcome the help to put the fish in the water. So on our stocking schedules at fishandboat.com, our mobile app, FishBoatPA. I know the legislative offices typically like to share the schedules with your constituents. We're happy to give those to you to get those out. We welcome help at all of our stockings. So just go on the stocking schedule. It'll list the location, the time, meet us, get a safety briefing from an officer, and help us put the fish in the water.
Yeah, so the more volunteers you can get, the better.
You got it, absolutely.
And our office is happy to help in that capacity. So related to that, it's been a mild winter.
Yep.
I would imagine that the issue with ice fishing and ice and safety has been a primary concern this year.
It is.
Not really knowing how deep the ice is and where it's safe enough to go out, and always a good reminder for people to be extra careful.
For sure.
The water's still frigid.
It is, and a lot of places didn't even get any ice this year.
Wow.
But I'll tell you, I'm really nervous right now because it may be a warm day, 40, 50 degrees out, but the water doesn't warm up. So you still have those cold nights. Water is still really, really deadly cold. We have a mandatory life jacket requirement in Pennsylvania from November 1st through April 30th. All canoes and kayaks, all boats under 16 feet, you have to wear your life jacket. A place like Mincy Lake in your old district, which, and thank you again for everything you did to bring back that gem in Northampton County. If people are out on Mincy Lake or anywhere else, this time of year, in a kayak, they have to be wearing their life jacket. If you go in, you're probably not going to make it out of the water alive.
Yeah, and it's vital. And
it is.
You were sharing with me that when the mandatory life jacket rule came in, that the number of lives saved was pretty substantial.
Yeah, thanks for it. It's good to bring up to folks. That requirement's been in place for about 10 years now. Yeah. We've cut our cold water fatalities in half.
Wow.
Most of the accidents happen in the warm weather months and more people are boating. Most of the fatalities happen in the winter. So it works, and please wear your life jacket.
Yeah, it's always a great reminder.
Yep.
It's never a problem to be too safe.
Correct.
And especially when you're fishing in the outdoors.
Yep.
So that's so I do have a new legislative district. We lost Mincy Lake, which is one of my childhood home destinations. You want to give us a quick update on Mincy?
Sure, happy to. And for everybody listening, I mean, just know for those that love Mincy Lake, I mean, it wouldn't have been brought back without your help. I mean, and I can remember those days in your office and what do you mean we got to drain the thing? What do you mean we got to fix this lake? But it's like a lot of other old infrastructure. It was just time. It had run its course. And but no, the lake's back. The dam is in place. It's gorgeous. We're working with Northampton County to try to continue to improve the public access there. The fishery is rebounding. Again this summer, we'll be stocking largemouth bass, bait fish, other fish this summer to help to rebuild that fishery. Typically takes 5 to 8 years until we can remove the catch and release restrictions, and then people would be able to harvest the fish. So we will be stocking Mincy Lake preseason, and then during the season with trout. You can definitely harvest those. It should be a great fishing season at Mincy Lake.
Well, first of all, a lot of people from the entire county and beyond fish at Mincy. They love it that much. And second, I've got a lot of friends who fish there in canoes and stuff, and they've told me even now the fishing is outstanding. And we thank people for their patience. I know we had the conversation, when the lake was drawn down, like, oh my gosh, these trees and bushes grew up, but we kept telling people, think of a fishing show you watch on TV. Where are the people casting around? Around those old stumps, around those logs. So that habitat that grew up is a dynamite nursery for those fish that are in there. That'll eventually die back. But I mean, it's a laboratory just for the fishery to explode. And the Friends of Mincy Lake is still running strong, doing a great job, continuing to improve it year after year. And I think one thing that the people will be most happy with is when the treetops and the scrub on the top of the water are finally gone. But it is starting to disappear. But it takes some time, as you and I have discussed. But to your point, it makes for incredible fishing habitat.
It does, and really, Mincy's lucky to have that there, because that's allowing that fishery to develop even quicker. Think if you're, the bait fish and the young game fish. I mean, that's the refuge areas, that's the spawning areas. So it's it'll be worth the wait.
And the bald eagles are still.
It's
there.
Cool.
So,
it's really neat.
It is a great place. So. Anything else for the good of the order?
Thanks to all the anglers and the work that we do at Mincy and the Monocacy and Martins and everywhere else. Everything we do is funded through fishing licenses, boat registrations. We thank people for their purchase. It's easy to get your license online at fishingboat.com, our mobile app, Fishboat PA, or at a retail. We have over 700 statewide. I tell our staff every day, if we can't look an angler who's here at the booth in the eye and say we're using your money wisely, we shouldn't be doing it. So we take our job really seriously. We love our job, and thanks for the ability to do it.
And it's always a great reminder that the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission does not receive taxpayer dollars. It is fully self-funded through license sales and its own sources. So you have to be extra careful about how you really utilize that and take care of the fisher. People who love to fish, and so that's
it's fun.
It's always great to remind people of that fact, because it is an important fact. And it was
Good.
great having a chance to sit down with you today.
Thanks for
as
stopping
always,
by.
And anything you need from my office or me, let us know. Be happy to help any way we can.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
See ya.
All right, have a great day, everybody.